So SoFi stock keeps on getting better and better, guys, as rate cuts are here. We're about to get a 25 basis point rate cut, and some think 50, but I'm more in the 25 basis point camp, and SoFi stock has been going up pretty much every day over the last couple of days, and we just cracked over $8 per share again today. In fact, we hit $8.30 earlier in the day, which you guys probably know. That was roughly the high from, I think, the end of August. Yeah, right here where we double topped at 8:30. We hit that point on the 29th of August and on the 30th of August, and now we're right back to that point. You guys can see here on the 20-day 1-hour chart, we've been up pretty much in a straight line from the lows where we hit $6.75 on the 10th of September. And percentage-wise, let's see, we're up 20% off those lows, or about $1.50. We're over the moving averages on the 1-hour chart, and we have a golden cross. Guys, this is a great setup for SoFi stock heading into these rate cuts, which again, SoFi is slowly starting to price in, but I don't necessarily think they're fully being priced in right now. And guys, if we take out $8.30, there could be an even bigger breakout on the stock. Like I've been saying for months at this point on the channel, I think this is a stock that's supposed to be over $10 per share. A plus $10 stock is where I think SoFi should be trading, and with the rate cuts, that's where we could be going. So clearly, we're breaking out on the 20-day chart, obviously on the 5-day, 10-day charts as well. We're not even going to look at those in this video, but on the 4-hour chart here, which is obviously the longer-term chart, or at least one of the time frames I look at, we can see that not only was $8.30 resistance about 2-3 weeks ago, end of August, but also roughly $8 was resistance in July, right? You guys see that right here. And $8.30 was resistance back in April, right? End of April, early May, right in that time period. So if I draw out this trend line, you guys can see clear as day. This spot is a massive resistance for SoFi stock. If I get the circle tool out, boom, you guys see the rejection as of now right there. You guys see the resistance right there, boom, right here. So if we're able to get out of this point, let's say low mid eights, whatever you want to call it, we could be trading at that point at multi-month highs, pretty much a 6-month high on the stock. Yeah, we'd be pushing the highs from March, which were right around $9 to $9.20 roughly. So that could be the next gap to fill. And then ultimately, if SoFi is able to get out of that resistance, which if I zoom in right here, SoFi hit around 915 in the beginning of March, end of April, or not April, geez, I'm mixing the months up here, guys. End of February, early March, we got hit there, and in the end of January, right? So if we're able to get out of these levels, which we're not too far off at this point, we could be trading at a fresh high on the year, guys. Not just a 6-month high, but on the year, which would be massive, right? And it looks like that's where we're trending at this point. Notice how this is huge right here. Notice how we hit 830 about 2-3 weeks ago. Already said that, but then we pulled down. Notice the pull down here, which was a pretty decent pullback, about 15-20%. And notice that we held a higher low at this point, right? We didn't completely collapse. We didn't dump all the way back down to the low sixes, low mid sixes. We actually held the mid high sixes, $7 roughly, higher low, and then we started breaking back over the moving averages. That goes to show the strength right now in the bulls on SoFi stock. And we're actually breaking out of the highs from mid-July, end of July, early August, being about $7.80, $7.90, $8 flat. Now we're at $8.11 at the time that I'm making this video. this is very strong overall, and honestly leads me to believe more upsides around the corner. And look, you guys see it here on the chart. This is an ascending triangle, clear as day, right? Resistance in the low mid eights, but we're making higher lows into that resistance, which if this plays out, guys, more upside, like I said, could be around the corner. We break 830. Next gap is 915 to 920. If that breaks, yeah, $10, $10.50 could be after that. And of course, guys, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to go out there and, to buy Sofi. I can't do that. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm long Sofi. I've been in it for, probably close to a year at this point, and my average cost is at about $6.80. So I'm very well positioned. I'm already up around $1.30 per share on my position across. I think I own it in 2 accounts, not 3, right? Yeah, 2 accounts, whatever it is. Yeah, definitely 2 accounts, maybe 3. I forget if I have it in my this other smaller account I have. Either way, Sofi, I'm well positioned, and guys, on this breakout, I'm going to be making that money, baby. Let's go. I don't plan on selling. I'm not planning on selling until it gets to 12, 15, maybe higher than that. We'll see in due time. But for now, I'm holding on. I'm locked and loaded. And let me set some alerts. And by the way, let me know in the comments what you guys are doing. Are you long? Are you buying? Are you planning on buying the breakout? Are you selling if it breaks out? Let me know in the comments, but I'll set some alerts. One at $8.30, and I'll do another one, might as well, at $9 and let's say maybe 20 cents. I'll put it at $9.25, a little bit above that resistance point. So yeah, guys, I think it's locked and loaded, ready to break out. It's getting to that point, and I'm very excited, and I'm sure a lot of you shareholders out there are excited as well. It's been a long time coming, but finally we're starting to look pretty good on these charts, but I'm not going to get too excited yet until we get the confirmation of the actual breakout, which of course, guys, subscribe here on YouTube. We'll cover Sofi, not every day necessarily, but big updates, big technical breakouts on the charts. We'll break them down here on the channel, so make sure to subscribe and run the likes up, by the way, guys. Run those likes up. Let's get at least 150 likes here on this YouTube video. And the overall stock market today is not doing much. S&P's down about 0.1%. Funny enough, after hitting all-time highs this morning, we hit 566.58 here on SPY, so barely taking out all-time highs, but nonetheless, it did. So SPY is pretty flat, a little bit red on the day. Looks like triple Q, same situation. Down a little bit. It didn't hit all-time highs like SPY did, but down a little bit, 0.1%. We're actually at the top of the channel right now. Big resistance point here on triple Q. Looks like the Russell is starting to pop. Rate cuts are very good for small businesses, hence why the Russell's moving up here as we're closer and closer, getting closer to that decision. It's up around 0.7%, a little bit less than that, and we're approaching a big resistance on the Russell at about 2200, 2250, right in that ballpark. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average, let me pull it up here, guys, down same as the S&P and the NASDAQ, about 0.25%, and this hit an all-time high, looks like, this morning as well. So markets are not looking great, I guess, if you look at the day gain, or in this case, the loss on the day. But when you look at all-time highs being hit, you're like, oh, Dow, S&P, all-time highs, not too bad. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good. So, guys, what are your thoughts? It looks like we are starting to get some excitement in the small caps here before the rate cuts. I'm curious where your head's at. Let me know down below in the comments. Again, run those likes up. Make sure to subscribe. And you might as well get up to 15 stocks for a moo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfast.com/moo, and your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY, which is a complete no-brainer, and you might as well sign up to my mailing list. Put your first name and your email down below. I send you guys my top 3 stocks every single Monday for free. No strings attached, no BS, no spamming, just straight up stocks and charts. Guys, use those links. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.